Well, this is my 3-month-old baby girl. I love her beyond love could go. She is very important to me. And I think every parent should feel that way about their child. I mean, it isn't anything that I wouldn't go through for her. A lot of people would probably be embarrassed to like call places like 211 as far as getting help, but there's nothing embarrassing about it.
More and more people are counting on 211 to help them through difficult times.
Her doctor recently discovered she had GERD. The acid reflux was causing her to spit up her whole bottle. So if she drinks 4 ounces, she would spit up the whole 4 ounces. And it would cause her to continuously be hungry.
Good afternoon, 211 at Impact. This is Gail. May I help you? We received a phone call from another agency that was desperately trying to find a special needs formula for one of their clients. This organization explained that the infant was losing weight because it couldn't keep the milk down. The mom was single, had very little money. She had exhausted all of her food share benefits. Her WIC checks had all been used.
And I'm going through like a can a day almost because she's constantly hungry and gnawing and crying and upset because she's not getting enough to eat because she's not holding it down.
So they called us to see what we could do to help. And apparently they had tried calling some of the food pantries themselves but weren't able to find this special needs formula.
I ran out of options. I was completely upset. I was crying. I didn't know what to do.
So I got on the phone and contacted one of the food pantries that we have a close working relationship with to find out whether or not they had this special needs formula, and they did. People are relying on 211 more and more. There's so many needs out there from people who are poor and disabled and elderly, or from those who might be working but have something tragic happen to them, like they lose their job or they get sick or they get hurt.
So I'm really thankful for 211 because the type of way she assisted me and helped me, it let me know that there's no reason to be ashamed to call these places and that people do actually care.
.211 at Impact is one of the largest 211s in the country. It's the most technologically advanced and has some of the best trained staff in the country. It's a certified organization, and we're very proud of that. They really wouldn't work unless we had a variety of community partners. Without them, people would have no place to go. They stay diligent to their mission. We try to help them by making sure they get the right people referred to their organization, but without them there would be no 211.
Our relationship with 211 has been absolutely fantastic. I can remember 10 years ago when there were all these different hotlines all over the city, and 211 brought everything together and made sense of it for the person who was in need of help so that they could call a single number.
Without the collaboration between us and the Hunger Task Force and all of the food banks that they coordinate, it would be a lot more difficult for people to get access to food on a daily basis.
All these boxes behind me are where emergency food goes out, and they have 211 all over them. And the reason that they do is so that a person can make that phone call and make that connection. They could be at a food pantry, they could be at a soup kitchen, they could be at a homeless shelter, and they're going to know to call 211. And if it wasn't for 211, Hunger Task Force would have to have some other way to respond to people in crisis. We are so thankful that 211 is in our community and helping people in need.
Over the years, I've watched the people in our community that are coming to our services walk in with more and more and more challenges. And because the women live with us and their children, both in our residential program and in our housing program, it's like they become part of our family. So every need that they have, every challenge they have, every issue they have becomes our issue. And we want to help them with that. 211 gives us a wonderful opportunity to find out what's in the community and how to connect our women to what their needs are. It would be a very, very difficult task for us to do that alone.
When you have an agency like 211 and an organization like Social Development Commission where you can call and get a referral and come to an organization that can provide services, and all of us understand the need to respect those families and treat them well, then I think we help start to perhaps make the burden a little lighter.
211 has been our partner really almost from the outset. Sometimes it's domestic violence and they don't know what to call it, a shelter. Sometimes it's food or formula for a baby. Sometimes it's an out-of-control adolescent. Whatever the issue, when they call our number, they will get a real person on the line. And if it isn't us, it's the 211 line. So it's a tremendous partnership between the two agencies, and I know this exists with many community organizations.
This community, while it has its challenges, also has a lot of resources. And with the help of 211 organizing all those resources, we are actually able to get the things that these families need.
When you look at projects and initiatives that 211 is all about, I think it signals the fact that there are segments in our community that understand the value of cooperation and collaboration. And until we as a community really embrace that, we won't be able to do for low-income families or anyone else. We won't be able to give them the full value of what it means to achieve the American dream.
211 is a safety net. It glues all kinds of different services together in the community for people in need and for the service providers themselves.
In an area like Milwaukee that has such a huge variety of families and an enormous variety of need, it is absolutely critical that the community be responsive.
Impact is really privileged to be able to serve this community, 125,000 callers a year. But without the collaboration of those other organizations that we work with, there's real satisfaction in knowing we're part of that larger picture, that we help them and they help us. And without them, this wouldn't happen. Without the funders, it wouldn't happen. And it's really, I think, the best of a private-public partnership that this community has ever seen.
Please try and help this organization as much as you can, because it's people like myself and other people who really do need these type of things. I mean, we have a hard enough time as it is trying to survive on a day-to-day basis. So when we do run low on options, without this program, it would be twice as hard.